I'm standing here with Allie, Butterfield PSU student, and she's going to give us her experience as a student voter. What was it like, Allie, to vote? Tell me your stories.
Well, when I first came to PSU, it was I wanted to register to vote, and they were doing a thing in the hub where a lot of PSU students could come to register to vote, and all you needed was a driver's license, a proof of ID, and then a proof of residency. I think they took my student ID as a proof of residency, and then they told me like the address of my dorm and everything, and that was like, you know, they put that as my address. And so then I was registered to vote. I came in here today. It was super easy to vote. They just, you know, looked at my address, and when I said, hey, I'm a college student, and they wrote down my dorm address, and they went, yeah, you live in, yeah, and so.
Allie, where do you live? No, where's your registered home of address?
Registered home of address is at Smith Hall at PSU, and I can never remember the address, so luckily they actually have a piece of paper with the address on it, and then I'm like, yep, that's where I live.
And you're originally from New Hampshire, though, and you have a New Hampshire driver's license?
Yep, I'm originally from New Hampshire. I have a New Hampshire's driver's license, and actually after I voted for the first time, they sent me a letter in the mail saying that now that I was registered in New Hampshire, I had to get a New Hampshire driver's license, which I was confused by. So then I tried to call, and it didn't go through, and then my mom called, and she got through, and apparently it's just a courtesy they do to make sure that registered voters in New Hampshire have a New Hampshire's driver's license.
Well, that's odd. So the letter didn't say that this was a courtesy?
Nope. But the woman on the phone did.
All right, well, thank God you cleared that up.
Yeah.
How has the outreach been? Have they been trying to get student involvement, student voting around PSU? What have you seen?
Definitely. Pretty much every day in the hub, there's always at least one booth there of people trying to get students to go out there and vote. I think in the past 2 weeks, I've gotten 2 calls a day from like the PSU Democratic and Next Gen trying to get me to come here and vote, and every time I'm like, yes, I'm voting. I'm going to do it.
Very good. Thank you very much. Is there anything else to add to your voting experience, your story of voting?
They gave us free pizza for voting.
Is that a great enticement?
Oh, definitely. For college students, it's free food.
Next up, Nicole Melvin, another PSU student. And all right, did you vote?
I did not vote today, no.
Why?
Because I feel like I don't follow politics enough to have a say.
Okay, but thank you for your honesty. But do you feel like you're not a disenfranchised voter? You have the opportunity to vote. It's a conscious choice, right?
Yes, I feel like everyone has a voice, but I'm deciding not to.
That's a short interview. Thank you very much.
So this is Lynn Durham, and what has your experience been with running for office?
It's been excellent. You know, everybody's been nice, and got my signs out and got my cards passed out, and I'm running to help people understand about the difference between democracy and a republic. Some of the people think that we have a democracy, which we don't, and it's really important that we don't. There's a great little YouTube video that you can look at and find out the difference between the two. It's really important, and I'm a real estate agent. It's one of my things that I've done, and I'm for private property rights. And look up Granite State Futures with an S.org. And it's really important that we don't have people from outside our country telling us what we can do here in New Hampshire. And I have a nursing background too, so I'm very interested in the health and the opioid crisis and fiscal fitness.
All right, thank you, and good luck with the election.
Thanks. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Omer Ahern Jr. from Wentworth, New Hampshire, and I'm running for Grafton County Commissioner, District 3.
Go ahead.
Oh, hi. Hi. Can I say your first name?
Sure.
Hi, Juliet. How are you?
Hi, Omer.
Good.
Nice sign.
Thank you very much. I do appear on the PBTV about every 2 weeks, and I talk about Grafton County government, what's going on at the farm and in the wood, the House of Correction and the nursing home. And I appreciate what PBTV does in allowing me to get out to the people. In fact, I had a man talk to me this morning saying he really appreciates hearing about county government on PBTV.
That's very heartening to hear. Thank you.
So you're doing a good job. Thank you. Thank you, folks.
Yeah, local politics is important, and we're the source for local politics. Thank you.
Thank you, Juliet.
Best of luck to you.
All right. Thank you very much.
How's the turnout, and what have you seen?
The turnout is great. We have about 1,400 votes at 1 o'clock. Generally, you're looking at 14 to 1,500 total for midterm. So the turnout is great. We've got about 200 absentee ballots. So
Is that up?
it's probably about average for midterm. A lot of people heading south and stuff like that. So and the weather. So, but the turnout is great.
What would you owe that demographic, the turnout, being better than average? Can you get a sense of what demographic is coming out more? Is it even age group across the board, or?
I think it's we've got a large student population, but you've got a good demographic of all around. I would say maybe 20% students, and then the absentee ballots, and the rest are citizens of the town. A lot of people came out early.
Right.
I mean, we were processing 100 ballots in a half an hour.
Wow. And what?
Go ahead.
Do you know what time they usually get the results done and tabulated here?
Generally, they close at 7, and generally by 9 o'clock, they have the final votes all tabulated. The more absentee ballots, they're harder to count because they have to be listed. So,
Although I understand they started counting those absentee ballots early, maybe this year.
yeah, they put them in, but still they have to go through and count how many absentee ballots. How many. Some of them didn't. Read through, so they have to manually input those at the end of the day. There's only been 4 or 5 of those that the system didn't take for one reason or another. So,
Well, thank you very much. Is there anything else you'd like to say about what you've seen this election?
no, it's just promising that a lot of people have an opinion and they're coming out and voting, and that's what we want people to do. So.
Exactly.
So it's been very, very rewarding in a lot of ways to see a lot of first-time voters, which is really good. A lot of young people. I'm very proud of it, and being a veteran, I served so that they could have that right, and I appreciate them coming out and doing that. So.
Well, we appreciate you speaking with us, especially in this crazy weather.
Yeah.
All the signs just fell down over here, off to my left.
Like I say, there's no wind, no snow, no ice yet. So everything is good.
All right. Thank you very much, John.
You're welcome.
This is Nicole, and I'm here with Joyce. Joyce, could you tell us about your experience today and how it's going?
It's been very wet, but but we're very encouraged by the number of people that have been coming in. I was here at 6:30 this morning to set up the pop-up tent, and people started arriving about 7:30. So by the time the polls opened, there was already a line inside, and it's been pretty steady ever since. And you have to admit, for people to come out in this weather, they really believe in the American process.
Absolutely. So you think that they're dedicated, and do you think more people are going to come later in the day?
Oh, absolutely. We'll be here till 7 o'clock, and I think it's going to be a steady stream, because a lot of people couldn't come in the morning, and they'll come after work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.